you ever wondered where your emotions come from? The daily loops of emotions. From the very first moment you open your eyes in bed, the rush of thoughts, the loops of emotions that come into play. The highs, the lows, the aggravated emotions, the sad emotions, depending. In today's episode, I'll be teaching us. Let me use the word teach. We'll be enlightening ourselves about how and why we need to stop identifying with our emotions. Yo, what up my people? It's your boy J-Rocks, your guy J-Rocks. It's the Rock Solid Hall again. Critical conversation, baby. Today we're talking about stop identifying with your emotions. Why and how you need to stop identifying with your emotions. I feel the most shocking and the most revealing part about thoughts and emotions is we don't know where they come from. We might tell ourselves the lies, like they are my thoughts, they are my emotions. But when you get to take a step back and just think about it, whenever the next time you get a thought or you get an emotion, let's start from thoughts. The next time you get a thought, sit down and ask yourself, did I think this? Where did this come from? What is this thought? Why am I thinking about this right now? It will be so funny. You realize, these are not me. This is not me. This is not my emotion. This is not what I want to think about right now. The funniest part about emotions is you can actually be so focused on something right now. I know we all know what I'm talking about. You can be so focused on something right now, and the next moment the thought about the past comes in, the thought about the future comes in, and poof, you're out of present time. You're out of present time. And honestly, the saddest part is when you deliberate or when you try to decipher the thoughts, the kind of emotions that comes with the thoughts flows in, and you start feeling that way, and the day starts being ruined. The moment starts being ruined. You've shifted away from the present time. That was why I said it in one of my videos, our thoughts is not ours. One of the previous episodes, our thoughts are not ours. That's what I'm trying to let everyone know, even including myself. We need to be aware of these things. These thoughts, these emotions, something is the source of it. Something led to this. And when you start paying attention to your thoughts, when you start staying present with it, you're not acting on it. You're not making the thoughts sit so well. You're not wrestling with the thoughts, trying to think. Maybe, let's use an example. Maybe you're working on a school project and you remembered your last conversation or your last altercation with someone. It's so funny how your emotions at that moment flips. I know it can be so easy for some of us when we are doing some kind of things. We don't get distracted. But for some of us, no matter the thing we might be doing, the moment the emotions comes in, we're trying to wrestle it. We're trying to deliberate on it again. When we should be actually asking ourselves, why these emotions right now? Where did this come from? Or better still, rather than asking yourself, just be aware. Just be aware, just be at peace. Be aware. These thoughts are not mine. I don't know where these thoughts come from. These thoughts are not mine. Like the other day, one of my friend came over to the studio. We were just having a conversation, like proper normal conversation within guys. So it just made me realize something. It was like, but the thoughts and everything is mine. They came to me this particular moment. Like I actually needed the thoughts, that's why it flew in. Like, come to think about it, when someone say probably you are in a argument or anything, where you should question your thoughts. My reply to him was, because we're in the studio, at the side, I was at the other side, we're just having conversation, sipping liquid wine, listening to soul and music, just to have a chilled day after a stressful day, just to have a chilled night before each other going to your separate ways, you understand me? So I was like, have you ever had this situation where you're in an altercation, or don't let's say altercation, or conversation with someone, and the conversation ended well? In your own view, the conversation ended well, or the whole scene, because I believe life is just like a scene by scene, the whole scene went well for you, and maybe on your way back home, the thing just clicked. Like, oh my god, I didn't mention this, I didn't say this, I should have said that, I should have said this. And you're back in your emotions. That moment's taken away from you. That's just by the side. That was just an example I gave him. But I know we all understand what I'm trying to say, where I'm trying to come from. Like, our thought process affect our emotions, and when the emotions are affected, when the emotions is altered, our mood, face, or anything we might be doing that moment or throughout that day is already altered. So that's what I'm telling us right now. We should stop identifying with our emotions, because it's not us. Those emotions, those thoughts are not ours. I want you to know, those thoughts, those emotions are just flying in. I've said this before, when you're not thinking about it, that's when you make the best decisions. Trace back this very moment. Pause and trace back. You can pause this video and trace back. When have I said the most useful thing? It's so totally different if it's a practical thinking. Like, maybe you have a project at work or project at school, and they told you to like prepare or create your slides and prepare for it. That's a total different thing. But what I'm talking about, when you're now creating those slides, creating that project, or when you're working on that essay, and the thoughts about what someone did for you the day before, or how the day of your presentation is going to be. That causing anxiety, that's giving you fear, that's giving you anger towards maybe your colleague or anything. Those are the kind of thoughts I'm talking about. It's totally different. It's like a practical thought when you need to achieve something, or you're working on something and you have to get it done. And when you are getting it done, you shouldn't be thinking about the outcome. That's when you are diverging into your thoughts and emotions, the kind of thoughts that create some certain kind of emotions. Stop. Let us stop. We need to be aware of this. We need to stop identifying with our emotions. How can we stop identifying with our emotions? I think I wrote something down about how we need to stop identifying with our emotions. Or let's start from why. Why do we need to stop identifying with our emotions? Different reasons. The first one I'm gonna say is so your day won't be affected. So you won't put yourself, you won't divert yourself from the present state, the current state that you are. You won't divert yourself from it, so you won't get unconscious. Because when you are thinking, when you are in your thoughts, then you're getting unconscious. You are no longer in the present moment. Your emotions, your thoughts, your emotions are now affected for the day. That's the number one reason why we need to stop identifying with our emotions. Not to get our day ruined, not to give us extra anxiety or extra fear when we are still trying to quench the ones we've got in us. And that's a topic for another day, how we can get rid of our anger or anything. That's a topic for another day. But right now, why we need to stop, we don't need to get reactions. We don't want to be that reactive person. Like someone that didn't do anything for you, but because your emotions has been acted upon 5 minutes ago, you're judging this whole thing in a different way when we shouldn't even be judging at all. Remember, we become what we hate. Think about it. Every single thing you've spent that have consumed your hours in, when you're trying to divulge or anything, when you're trying to don't let me use the word divulge, let me use the word ruminate on a particular thing that's caused you emotions. When you're trying to ruminate on something and that thing caused you emotions, that will lead to you judging some certain way how you shouldn't be judging. Someone might just take, for example, might be maybe on the street, but because you've got these anger emotions from home, and someone from the street might just greet you some kind of way, like morning pal, or might not be even morning pal, might be what's happening, might be anything, but because of the emotions that has been inside of you, you get to judge that person the way you shouldn't do. You get to receive the thing the way you shouldn't have received it. We get reactive, we get different kind of way, we get sad, we're not able to flow in that present state. Those are the reasons why we need to stop identifying with our emotions. Because when you keep your emotions in a high state, when you keep your emotions in whatever state you are in, this just make us have that ego trip, have that anger unnecessary, have that unnecessary fear, have that unnecessary shyness, have that unnecessary depression. Count it, whatever. They are all influenced from that thoughts. You don't know where it came from at that particular moment, when we should actually be breathing and be in present moment. We can actually think for ourselves why we need to actually stop identifying with our emotions. If you get what I'm trying to say, you can talk about it on the comment section. I'll definitely be in touch, because I want us all to get it. Like, these things are way more than us. These thoughts, they are not ours. These thoughts just fly in. We don't know where they come from. Like one of my mentors will say, it comes from devil. It comes from the devil. But personally, we don't know where they come from. So why are we trying to identify with it? Why are we making what we don't even know where they come from just ruin our day? When God told us He wants us to be in present time. If God wants us to start thinking or being in our emotions or in our thoughts for hours, for minutes, He won't tell us to be in present time. He knows those emotions are going to come. He knows. Like, no one knows, none of us watching this right now knows what happened 6,000 years before Christ. We don't know the encounter humans have had with God. For Him to tell us, to let us know, we need to stay present. Present. We don't need to be in our past. We don't need to be in our future, because that's not what we are. That's not what He requires of us. All He requires of us is to be in present time. Breathe, be in present time. Praise Him. And be in present time. Be still. Let's go into how we need to stop identifying with our emotions, because I wanted this to be a very short video, to be honest. I want this to be a very short video. I want it to be precise. I don't want to start going deep in this video right now, not this time. But for sure, I will definitely get someone on this show very soon to let us know, to dive in more into this, because I just want us all to get it. Emotions. The first thing I want us to know is, I want us to keep at the back of our mind is, these thoughts, these emotions flying in right now is not me. These thoughts are not mine. This is not me. This is not me. These emotions is not me. These thoughts is not me. If you know that first, if you are aware of that, then that's the first step. That's the first thing. To be aware, this is not me. I think I wrote something down here. It's not you, then be glad within, but do not react to the feeling or call it you, because you know it's all generated from thoughts. And the more you do, the more you get to train your mind muscles, and better you will get in overcoming those emotions. Better and better you get in overcoming those emotions. When you are aware, these thoughts is not me, these thoughts are not mine. Better and better you train your mind muscles. They know these thoughts are not mine, these thoughts are not mine. You get to overcome emotions so easily. Like when those thoughts fly in, when you are aware this is not mine, or the thought is so adamant, keeps coming back, and all of a sudden it got your emotion, it got your attention, your emotions start changing. The moment you can snap, no, this is not me. Trust me. Some things I say here, I tell us to try it. I get some feedbacks on calls, and all of sometimes on direct message on my Instagram, my TikTok. I get some direct message, even though they are still few for now, but I'm so glad few people are getting it. With time, people are going to get it. Like, these things, these emotions is not mine. Firstly, stay aware this is not mine. And the moment you were able to like catch it, and the emotions start acting, and snap back to present moment. Don't go unconscious. That's the first way you can stop identifying with your emotions. The second way you can stop identifying with your emotions is not letting what people say about you get to you. Allow your ego to get hurt. Allow your ego get hurt. Let people hurt your ego. It doesn't matter anyways. These too shall pass. Let them hurt your ego. Let them do it. Let them do it. But just don't worry about it. It's totally different if it's like a physical kind of thing. I won't tell you not to defend yourself. If it's a physical altercation when it's leading to having to jab and all of that, you need to defend yourself or just exit the whole scene, rather than you trying to like maybe aggravate the issue. I'm not asking you to aggravate the issue to the extent where you get arrested, no. Better still exit the scene or defend yourself or call the police when that's a kind of different situation. But when someone, they're trying to attack you verbally or trying to hurt your ego, let them hurt it. When your emotions start to rise, this is time to overcome it. Trust me. You live a peaceful life and see them hurt themselves when they can actually hurt you. The demon in them, the devil in them gets to hurt themselves, rather than you having a demon to demon fight, see the most superior demon within. But when man, I don't have time for this, I'm working on myself. You don't need to say it out, obviously, but personally, you don't have time for this. I'm working on myself. I don't need to diverge back into my old state, old ways are passed away. When you're working on yourself, you just need to stay with it. It might come, this thing is hard. Why will you say my thoughts are not mine? This kind of thought is special. This is different. This is a sweet thought. The funniest part is your thoughts build you up just to break you down. When you're having a particular thought about something, the thought comes like the sweetest part of the thoughts. You just have that eyes, and few moments later, the lowest part of it just come and you have that low. Imagine. Is that what you want? No. Those are the kind of ways those are the things you need to pay attention to. And these thoughts are not mine, to be honest. Well, like I said, I don't want to waste much time on this video. I just want us to get it. And stay with it. You get it and you stay with it. No matter how hard it comes, it gets so hard. just to become simple. The road to heaven is hell, and the road to hell is heaven. When you start overcoming it, you're training your mind, you're gymming your mind, your mind is in the gym. When you start overcoming those thoughts, those emotions, just come so nice. The other part of those emotions, the other part of it is just peace, stillness. You are unaffected, unbothered, unaffected. You are so much in peace. Finally, be careful of your emotions, because how you are is how you see life. How you are is how you see life. How you are within, that's how you see life. If you are evil within, that's how you see life. If your emotions are in an anger state, that current moment, that's how you will view life at that current moment. If your emotions is in a judgy state, I was thinking that person is better than you, or you're better than that person, we are always judging. But God doesn't want us to judge. And what's making us judge is those thoughts, is those emotions, those thoughts, those emotions. Those are the reason why humans judge. Because of our emotions, we reacted to it. That thing they told us, it flipped something in our mind, in our unconscious, and we acted upon it. Made us to judge, made us to see things differently from the way it is exactly. How you are, that's how you view life. Well, let's just keep working on ourselves, keep staying aware, do the inner child work, keep regulating, stay enlightened, Yo, my people, thanks for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's share this. Really appreciate that. Let's support the community. Yo, my people, it's your guy J Rocks. Love you all. Bless.